Hi, I'm Tammy Fontana with All in the Family Counseling Center, Private Limited. Today I wanted to talk at a very high level about alcohol and sex, and specifically maybe you or your partner often express a need that they have to have alcohol before they can have sex. And maybe you're wondering, what is that about? Well, obviously, everybody's going to have their own individual story, and it's always very important to ask your partner why they think they need that. And maybe it's a question you're asking yourself and you don't know. It's one of the things I work on with in session. But sometimes what happens is there can be kind of a couple different buckets, and it's not limitless. And these are things that I help people work through. One is that many times people are living very busy and overwhelmed lives, and they don't have very good self-soothing or self-care practices in order to help them transition from the stress of their life into a more relaxed period. And alcohol does have this ability with very little effort to help us transition. Within one or two drinks, you immediately start to feel relaxed versus, exercising, going for a walk, yoga, stretching, anything like that takes a lot more energy. Breathing, controlling your that can take 20 to 30 minutes versus I pop open a beer, I drink a beer, and in literally 5 to 10 seconds, I can start to feel better. It's a tough competition. So one is people don't have a good ability to self-soothe, transition from high stress to more of a calm state, so they want alcohol. And that can often be the case with drinking. You have to, or with sex, they need to drink in order to transition, or they think they need to. And people are very time-starved. So alcohol is a quick way to get in a relaxed state versus these other healthy ways that have to be a part of an overall lifestyle. Which leads to the second thing is a lot of people need to actually make larger lifestyle changes that they feel trapped or stuck or don't know how to do. And these are the things that I'm often working with people that people are often taking on more things than they can manage and control in their life. And it's very difficult to learn to say no to things because everybody wants everything, and we just can't have everything, and that produces a lot of feelings. So alcohol can feel like a shortcut to relaxing. Another reason why people may feel that they need alcohol is to release their inhibitions or to relax. They're they have a lot of unresolved issues around sexuality, their own sexuality. They may feel uncomfortable with their body. Again, these are things that I help people learn how to address. And these often are not doing things, they are thinking and being things. It's because sexuality, sexual identity is a thinking thing. It's thinking about yourself, your identity, how you feel about yourself, thinking about what you want, learning how to communicate that, set boundaries, saying, no, I like this, or I want this. So a lot of people struggle with that in their day-to-day life, and they really struggle with it in their sexual life. They don't know how to do that. So alcohol is sort of this way of, it starves the brain of oxygen and helps you just to not, gives you that I don't care feeling in the moment. Not necessarily the best thing. And again, when you're drinking and you think about it this way, this is inhibiting intimacy. So alcohol sort of inhibits intimacy because the real intimacy would come in me saying, hey, I want this, or I like this, or I don't want this. And then we talk about it, usually outside of sex. Another reason is sometimes people can be having sex under situations or conditions they don't really want to have, and they feel like it's a necessary, like the sex is required for their relationship with their partner, and they don't know how to say no. Maybe they're not even acknowledging it to themselves. So alcohol is a way of just avoiding dealing with their feelings about the person they're having sex with, or the situation in which they're having sex, or the conditions. And so alcohol kind of, again, gives you this I don't care feeling. And again, limits intimacy, because if you're really having a situation in which you don't want to have sex with somebody, or the conditions, you'd want to talk about that. But alcohol, again, has this ability to block that, because it gives me this kind of blanket in which I don't care, and I can just get through it and do it and be done with it. And I don't have to deal with some of the consequences of having a really intimate conversation about, hey, I'm upset with our relationship, or with you, or the conditions under which we're having sex. Those things can produce a lot of difficulties, big feelings, and conflict that maybe people just don't know how to deal with or want to deal with. So alcohol can be a solution for that. So if you're finding that alcohol, this doesn't necessarily mean you have an alcohol abuse problem, but it's sort of a misuse and blocking intimacy about talking with your partner, or maybe limiting your ability to really enjoy sex in learning about yourself in the ways that you need it, or sharing that with your partner. So if this is something you'd want to work on, these are things that I help people with. You can always reach out. The contact information is below. Thanks.